What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, we have something pretty darn enormous to discuss. Is Johnny Depp coming back to Pirates of the Caribbean? So this is only a rumor. We're going to be talking about what we have heard and talk about even if I believe this. The first thing you probably should know is from its We Got This Cover. Now, We Got This Cover is a website that is notorious for just making stuff up. However, they have gotten things right. You could argue, hey, if you predict like 1,000 things and you get a couple things right, well, like, what does that say about you? And I understand that. Still, this is not something to be taken, I think, lightly at all. They have gotten things right. So this, and the fact that this is pretty ginormous news is something that we just cannot ignore here. So basically, the gist of it is that according to our intel, and then they say, you know, these are from the same people that said National Treasure 3, which is true, an Aladdin sequel, Bambi, all these kind of things, that the recent turn of events in Depp's legal battle and the overwhelming support from the public in his favor has some of the Mouse House executives now lobbying for his return behind the scenes. And given that these same sources, and then they go on and on. So it seems like, and other sites have picked this up and they've started reporting on this, it seems like if this happens, firstly, if this happens, it would be a couple things. The female-led role would still happen. There would still be a female at the helm. I guess based off of the ride, if they're really going to do that, I've seen some articles actually throw out that fans have been saying about Karen Gillan, Daisy Ridley, which is funny because those are two names that I had said. The Karen Gillan part, but I've even said Daisy Ridley myself. It's kind of funny. But it does seem like no matter what, because I've seen other articles pick this stuff up or other websites pick this up, it seems like if he were to return, it would be more of a supporting role character. Now, some sites are saying like he was in Curse of the Black Pearl. I guess you would have to go, it's still like a wait-and-see approach, right? But if he were to get casted, a question that we would probably all have afterwards is how much of a supporting role would they put him? With so many people continuing to say he is the franchise, do you want him back if he's going to be in it significantly less? But we've talked about in the past, like he actually does well when he's not all eyes on him, right? Pirates 1 through 3 did that extremely, extremely well in our opinion here at Podcast Now. But it's exciting. It's absolutely exciting. To be honest with you, even if this is not true, and again, it's up to you if you want to decide if We Got This Covered is worthy of your time or even listening to me talking about it. That's up to you. But at the end of the day, it definitely seems like things are stirring. And even if we get this kind of middle ground where it's like, hey, well, I believe, didn't I even talk about that a couple of weeks ago, where it's like, hey, we do want to do this female thing, and we have this all planned. And I think Karen Gillan would be a fantastic person to do this with. And I don't think, and even I would say, I don't think you really should drop that for Johnny Depp. However, if you can work it in, and if Johnny Depp is in it, it is 1,000% Pirates 6. So then do you do the Davy Jones stuff? Do you have Will and Elizabeth come back? I mean, the possibilities are actually endless, and they can still do it in a way where you bring back everybody and then you start to hand it off to a new cast. It kind of really, really sucks for like Henry and Karina. They set these two characters up. They set these two, young actor and actress. I mean, young in retrospect, right? They're like in their mid to late 20s. But I mean, you set them up in 5, and then it really seems like no matter what, if Johnny Depp comes back or if he doesn't come back, they're going with a brand new lead. I guess, yeah, Karen Gillan, Daisy Ridley, they'd be able to lead it a lot better than others would, or again like Henry or Karina would. But it kind of just feels like a I don't know, just kind of a lame thing to do to those two actors and actresses. But at the end of the day, this is exciting. Again, if it doesn't happen, and you could just say they're just speculating. At the end of the day, if they're making it up, they are just speculating. Pretty much what we on the internet have been saying for a long time, right? It's if he was fired, which again we keep going back to, he was fired from Pirates because of this whole Amber Heard thing. And again, I say it time and time again that if they wanted to have fired him for something else, or if he really was fired, if there's like more than one reason, and hey, and they stick with that, then that's up to them. That's under their own rights, right? They could do that. If they don't feel comfortable paying him $80 million to be a supporting role character in Pirates 6, then if that's why they choose not to do it, then whatever, right? We just all have to deal with it. It would suck and there would be a lot of problems, but we would all have to deal with it. So it's kind of a thing that we're all just saying, like, he was fired for this reason, and if he didn't actually do these things, then what's the harm in it, right? There's really no problems with bringing him back, and you kind of, it feels like they're under an obligation to bring him back because of all this stuff, and that's pretty much what these rumors are saying. It's just that they're taking it one step further and saying, hey, there's people inside. Now, I don't know. That could be just, just starting some flames there. It could very well happen. It could also very well not happen. At the end of the day, I really want it to. I mean, I wish it will, and I want it to, because it's something that I really think, the more I think about it, the more I think that they really can make it all work, where you bring him back, where you bring a lot of people back, where you can introduce your redhead. That's fine. And you could even give it to her for the next movie, for Pirates 7, and you could have your farewell to Jack Sparrow. Everybody's happy. You start to push it in a vastly different direction, and who knows, maybe people do really come back to support it, and then maybe you find a way to keep going with Jack, if that's your plan or if that's something you're thinking of. I mean, there's a lot of ways it can totally go in the future, and I'm hoping that, and look, at the end of the day, and we've talked about this in the past too on this channel, it's 2020. This is happening. I mean, we're this year, and I didn't think it would be like this, but I did say this leading it to the end of 2019. I said 2020 is going to be a big year for Pirates of the Caribbean. We're going to get lots of news kind of behind the scenes of what's going on there, and more of a push in the right direction to get a cast, to get a plot, to get a filming schedule going, to get maybe it can release in late 2021 or early 2022 or what. I mean, this was the year that I've been saying it for months, that I think we would get some stuff, and so it doesn't surprise me that if this is true, this is something they're talking about, because honestly, with you guys, we're into March now, we're into the third month of the year. They got to get going, and especially if you need to incorporate him, which I did say that too. It's not impossible, because we don't know what the script is. We don't know how far along the script is. It's very possible that they could have been leaving the door open for him to maybe include him in the script, or maybe they say, hey, you guys have done a really good job so far. We like what you're doing with this female lead. Is there any way you can try and keep the essence of what you're doing, but just include Jack somehow? And yeah, it would have to go under serious rewrites if you're going to include such a character, right? But at the end of the day, it's still something that you'd have to definitely look at doing. And again, it's 2020. We're in month 3 here. This is the year that I think we're going to get some info. I would expect, like, by the end of this year, script's done, cast is, like, even at the very least internally all figured out. Pre-production maybe is going into works, like all sorts of things. That could very well all happen in 2020. I don't see why, honestly, it wouldn't. So Johnny Depp being in or out is a really big deal, and so we'll have to see if they can actually get it done. So, guys, let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think Johnny Depp will come back as Jack Sparrow in Pirates 6? Do you think they'll end up making it work? Do you not believe the rumors in general? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel, Podcast Now, and hit that bell icon so you guys know when these videos go up. We talk about pirates quite often on this channel, and we have videos going up every single day. So as we get more Pirates news, any Pirates news, we'll be sure to cover it. Once we get things more cemented, Pirates, we'll be doing that as well. So lots of Pirates content coming to the channel very, very soon. Thank you guys for your continued support. You guys truly, truly rock, and you've made these videos do very, very good over the last couple months, and I owe it really all to you guys, okay? So thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video.